Hello guys, ReverendCrystalCox here. This is a intro video in a way. In the description of this video there'll be a link to my new channel. It'll be Reverend Crystal Cox Ramble. I'll be talking about relationships, healing, triggers, places that I've seen and been, visions that I've had, my life experiences, life lessons, channeled information, the doctrine of my church, different things about suicide, cancer, life, death, you name it. This channel that this is posted on now, it's going to be posted on both, but stay here if you want to see updates on Michael Allman. YouTube does not have integrity and doesn't let me post. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. We'll just leave it at that. So I will be posting updates on the Michael Allman and Moses story for local. But I'm not going to post anymore on Nasara because it gets removed, or anything to do with, well, let's just leave it at that. So I'm going to do this video here about why we're afraid to speak our truth. Now, there's a lot more. I'm going to talk about this on my new channel, which is linked in the description, and it's going to be Reverend Crystal Cox Ramble, and I'll be talking about monogamy and open relationships and poly and healing yourself and frequencies and free energy and Montauk experience and quantum Bigfoot and interdimensional and just and my whole life story of different things that I've seen. And so if you're interested in that, go to the description right now and subscribe to the new channel. So I'm going to read something that I wrote about this speaking your truth, and then I'm going to go into more depth on my new channel. I love you all. All right, are we ready here? Okay. Once you speak your truth, you must accept the fallout, as what comes next is your true, preferred reality. Your speak creates reality, creates energy, and creates frequency. Literally creates your physical world and draws to you more of the same. Oftentimes we are afraid to speak our truth. That is our programs. Our deep-seated trauma and abuse, our abusers, programs, and so on and so forth. And like I said, there's a lot more to this that I will post on the next site, because it became really obvious to me recently. Why am I afraid to speak my truth? I would have had like 20 different real estate agents. I had trouble firing people. Like I had trouble speaking my truth. And last week I had something come up, and I was like, just felt this burning, scared fear, and Spirit's like, well, is what you're saying the truth? I'm like, yes, it's the truth. And Spirit's like, but is it actually what happened? Is it actually the actual truth? Like, they kept questioning me on it. I'm like, yes. And it's like, well, so then I'm like, well, why am I afraid of the truth? Well, Spirit told me if it is the truth, you have no choice but to sit in it if you want the life you want. Because it is your truth. So if you're not speaking your truth, then you're creating a reality, a path, a life. And I've experienced the Mandela effect. I've experienced a shift in reality. So I know that everything that I accept as my belief or speak or don't speak literally creates worlds, creates buildings, creates, different versions of people in your life, different everything. And so Spirit said, there's no choice, just sit in it. So I was just shaken, and I felt all this burning fear, but I still spoke my truth. But it's like, well, if it is your truth, then the reality that's created next will be your truth, your true reality, no matter how much it hurts in this moment. And so I've written a lot on that I want to share with you of why, like of related to our childhood and when we weren't allowed to speak the truth. Or if say we were molested, somebody hurt us, and we went to other adults and spoke our truth, we were denied our truth. We were punished for telling the truth. So those of us who were abused were punished for the truth. And I'll talk a lot more about that. So I'm going to read the rest of this. Yes, it feels desperately traumatic. Body quivers, solar plexus seizes, shoulders tighten. The intense fear of speaking your truth is quite traumatic for many of us. This comes from childhood trauma and emotional verbal abuse, usually from the mother. also is in our DNA from trauma of our ancestors. You can console yourself in it by the recognition and acknowledgement that yes, indeed, that was my truth. I spoke. My real feelings. Yes, I am petrified of the fallout, the disapproval of loved ones, strangers, and society at large. My hands are shaking. I am in physical pain and visibly rattled, feeling faint, chest pressure. However, if I indeed did speak my truth, my very own truth, no matter how bad my programs made me feel, then I certainly trust that what comes next, no matter what it is, will be my truth and will be my truth reality. My preferred highest and best self reality. My path that manifests from my truth and is therefore of my real truth. Although it may have felt better to stay in the lie to self and others, to withhold my truth to please others, to be their preferred version of me, or avoid their emotional wrath, tyranny, or disapproval, or withdrawing of love, to avoid the horrible pain in my body, the fear of not being liked, the fear of rejection, the fear of abandonment, the fear of not being loved, lusted, wanted, heard, approved of. Yes, easier in the short term. However, wow, that much emotional pain body energy, all because I wanted to tell the truth. Speak my truth. That kind of energy and emotion creates worlds and is a powerful manifester. Imagine the manifestation magic if you sit in that pain. Focus on it in your body, speak your truth, and lay there letting the emotional distress dissolve, wash over you over hours, days, months, years. What will inevitably follow per quantum universal law is the manifestation of people, things, places, adventures, projects, timelines that are truly aligned with your true preferred self and not your trauma body, not your pain body, not your programs, and most certainly not the version of you that makes other people more comfortable, feeds their programs and traumas, which in turn makes your programs, therefore your body, mind, feeling okay. Good. That would end up creating the world they want and never allowing the world that I want to come forth into my manifested reality. Have the courage to speak your truth and understand, yes, it is a highly traumatic physical event for some of us. It really is. That's okay. But just know for sure that the following reality that manifests will be worth it. Simply sit in the pain, focus where the feeling, the mortal fear is in your body. Mortal fear to speak the truth. Wow, right? So, the following reality that manifests will be worth it. Simply sit in the pain, focus where the healing, the mortal fear is in your body. Just stare at it with your focus, your inner eye. Also helps to talk it out loud and bring it into logic. And this makes the emotion untwist quite often. You logically speak to that feeling in your body. You spoke your truth. People left your life. Your body seized, chest compressed, heart raced in fear. Good job. Now, as soon as you heal, and even right now, the timeline that is approaching you now is your truth. Your divinely preferred timeline. Alright, Reverend Crystal Cox, Universal Church of Light, also called Bringing Back Goddess Church. My email is ReverendCrystalCox@gmail.com. If you'd like to donate to our church, it's bbgoddesschurch@gmail.com, PayPal. So again, check the description if you want to hear more about this and just tons and tons and tons of topics. A lot of my subscribers here are of a different genre, so I'm starting a new channel where, yes, I'm calling it Reverend Crystal Cox Ramble, and I will be rambling. So if you're interested in listening to me ramble, go to the description and subscribe. Go to the description and subscribe. And if not, well, Goddess bless you anyway. Have a beautiful day.